Here we are in Colorado's snowiest month with another wildfire burning today. No sooner than Saturday's wildfire looming over Boulder got knocked down. Mandatory evacuations have gone out for an area that's between Estes Park and Drake. That wildfire that started late this afternoon has gone through about a dozen acres south of Highway 34. There are no homes threatened, and firefighters seem to have a good handle on it. The weekend wildfire in Boulder County led thousands of people to evacuate, and it saw the city send out its first ever wireless emergency alert, WIA, the Amber Alert style. You blanket a certain area with texts and calls. The alerts that they wished that they had working during the Marshall Fire. Chaffee County sent out their first WIA last week too. Now Steve Steger found both alerts had some issues.
We were able to get this messaging out quickly as well.
People in Boulder got something this weekend that was missing during the Marshall Fire, a wireless emergency alert, or WIA. The city set up its WIA system about 2 weeks ago, and this weekend's NCAR fire gave it its first test.
It hit people, and it hit them fast, and they realized what it was, and they evacuated. They did what we asked them to.
Brad Reagan runs the City of Boulder's dispatch center, and he sent the messages this weekend.
I think the limitations of the system were shown. It definitely overshot our polygon by quite a bit, depending on the age of your handset and the technology you had.
Sure did. Reagan says he heard from people in Longmont, Lafayette, and Broomfield who got this message. Fast wildfire, Western Table Mesa Drive in Boulder. Evacuate now, with a link to Twitter. Only 90 characters, when most phones can receive a message up to 360. Reagan said it's the city's protocol to only send a 90-character message, not necessarily a 360.
It's not currently, but that may change when we do the after-action reports.
A similar problem happened last week, further south in Chaffee County. Officials there sent out their first WIA to order an evacuation in a small part of Buena Vista because of a wildfire.
We were getting reports of some phones in Teller County getting the message, some in Park.
Richard Atkins is the emergency manager there. He'll tell you a lack of cell towers and rugged terrain can often send the message out further than intended. But it doesn't explain why some people got a vague message about pre-evacuations that never listed a location or even a threat.
Everything that was inside the geofence that they set up got the full message. There were a lot of phones that received the message outside of that area that did not have location or any other information.
Now, Atkins says he believes that odd quirk with the pre-evacuation notice that went out to a lot of people had something to do with the vendor they used to send the message to the federal government, who then sends it out to all the phones in the area. They're working with them to try to figure that out. You will notice that in Boulder, it was the city that sent this message because it was in the city, not the county. Boulder County is still working to set up its wireless alerting system. They expect to have it online next month after they were originally approved for it, Kyle, back in August of 2019. They say disasters got in the way of them setting it up. There was one evacuation zone in the NCAR fire that was in Boulder County. The city was able to send that message out to the residents of El Dorado Springs on behalf of the county, since the county doesn't have it set up.
We talk about this a lot because it's important that it works, and people now in 2022 have an expectation that it is going to work, that if you are in danger, that the government has the ability to tell you in the palm of your hand, you're in danger.
Absolutely. And the thing I took away from both of these emergency officials who talked to us in this story today is that it did work because the message got to the people that needed it. Yes, it might have bled over. That's the purpose for this kind of education for the public. Like, this might sometimes happen. Look for more information. If you're in a weird spot and you get a message about an evacuation, you don't see smoke anywhere around you, it's probably a good idea to check in and see what that might be. But at least the messages, they say, are getting to the people who desperately need them most.
I appreciate all your reporting on this. Thank you, Steve.